Hey Dave, question quest for the que. You put the que in question. Clever one. Thanks for not April Foolsing me. Your thoughts on even planning being the process and the journey being the actual reward of the process was really refreshing. It's like the journey is the celebration even though it has unknowns contained in it. The journey is the priority and the place you end up is actually only part of the result because another journey begins there. Ultimately, life is just the journey before energy becomes something else. So, the Chosen Family Book Club of my recommendation, Why Fish Don't Exist, is now read. Even though part of my family didn't enjoy it and exalt the book as much as I did, I sure as hell did, because it made me think deep about ideas in addition to the one I shared last time on The Indestructible. It's mainly a book on the idea of positive illusions and delusions and how they help us. This book took a real turn as I continued after sharing what I did read last time because the protagonist that the author explores in this book, or the real guy that actually lived, decided to get into eugenics, and he uplifted that idea and worshipped that all the way until basically when he died. How did this happen? He actually used a leadership image and worshipped a leadership image that I'm pretty familiar with from religious texts and readings very poorly, all the way until his death. It's a ladder, which is an idea that I've seen before, and I actually have journaled in my Leadership Images journal, because when he was young, somebody sort of nudged him into this belief, and it got planted in him like a seed, and it shaped him over time and what he did. He saw evolution like a ladder, and this lens placed humans at the top. Believing creatures literally below on this ladder were de-evolved versions of humans. Even certain races and groups of people were keeping humanity down from divine accomplishment, I guess. Mega yikes. Instead of seeing evolution more like a tree and about diversity and adaptability and a lot of the stuff that Darwin actually talked about. Surprise, surprise, there's actually a downside to thinking you're right all the time and collecting everything consistently and very perseveringly, but not understanding what's actually happening in front of you. The universe has no obligation to really make sense to us, you know? The downside is not seeing the connections and the limits of our brain's ability to categorize stuff. Calling everything in the ocean fish is like calling everything that's green on planet Earth trees. It's just too simple to be true. It's kind of true, it's just not specific enough. David Starr Jordan's deep why kept him perseverant in all of the stuff that he faced, looking for evidence of humanity in the flesh of fish. He accomplished a lot and categorized like 1/5 of all the fish that exist scientifically, but he had a lot that was opposite. We kind of came from fish to some degree. We came from the ocean. Nature is messier and it's above us in certain ways. It's incomprehensibly complex and diverse and interconnected. It's the danger of invisible things. It's like he fell into an invisible river that he didn't notice because of an idea that was nudged into him that he just decided resonated. One of those situations, right, where you see all the evidence that's working against the perspective that you have, but you just decide to continue with it anyway. But really coolly, later on toward the end of the book, Lulu mentions another idea. She coins it the dandelion principle. How nature shapes and contributes to its own self in really beautiful, messy ways is a much better image that resonates with me. Partner with that, how everything that I do shapes in some way and possibly has an impact on shaping me feels so much better. It humbly admits that we only know so much and we're only aware of so much. That's the idea I'm taking from this book. What a topic, right? I mean, speaking of subjectivity. So Dave, what do you think are or is the most helpful delusion to hold onto? And have you ever let any of those go over time? I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Maybe I'll answer this question for you in my next video too. Today is also the last page in my daily journal for journal entries. I'm off to do other things. Have a great day, and I'll see you on Thursday.